Hey guys, this is on Productions, aka 94673, and I'm back in Cinders Part 8, which is my lucky number, by the way. And, well, yeah, sorry, I lost it right there. Before we begin playing more, I just wanna mention right quick that I have, in fact, found a new game I can play. I was actually a bit desperate here because when Cinders is done, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm waiting for some games to come out. Backstage Pass, Sense full version, and other stuff. Voices from the Sea. Yeah. So I've been kind of worried, but I finally found a game, and which I will be playing later. Later, as in after Cinders, maybe in the middle of Cinders, I'm not sure. It is a visual novel RPG like game. Should be the creators are the same who made the game Doppelganger Dawn of the Inverted Souls, which is a game I love so much. Yes, so yeah, that's it. Let's just go on. Can't a woman be smart and independent and still want to be a good mother and wife? She was also practical and brilliant at business, better than your father, to be honest. Well, I never knew. With everything father said, she seemed more mythical than anything else. Truly, you know, you're rather similar to your mother. Two of you are the same spark. I'm not a good wife material, I'm not that independent. Well, a good wife material, that's pretty stupid, because we can cook and we can clean just fine. So, independent? We are that as well, so how do you know? It might be true, but how do you know that? Even if you did know my mother, you hardly know anything about me. Well, you sure are a clever one. It's true that I don't know you well, but I've observed you recently. You observed me? I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. I'm sorry, I wanted to know how my friend's daughter was faring. And it was impossible to just go and visit you. Is that Camosa's doing? Ah, Lady Camosa, your father was attracted to an extraordinary woman. He may have a good heart, but he was a little disconnected from reality. Without your mother's guidance, he would likely have lost his title and fortune in no time. Camosa also had the brains and ambition necessary to manage his estate. She's an excellent choice for his second wife, and an incredible person. I don't know. I don't like her. I can't do that. No. She's not an incredible person. No. No. I beg to differ. I could describe Camosa in several ways, but incredible isn't one of them. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You might be justified in hating Camosa, but you should still respect her. She couldn't get to where she is now by worrying about being liked. She knowingly put her family status before her own happiness. That's not an easy choice. Don't try to make excuses for her action. You can dress it up, but Camosa is still a bad person. She's not doing anything for her family if all her daughters are miserable because of her. I appreciate that she's ambitious and independent, but she should do it without inspiring hate or hurting people. I suppose that's where we differ, child. You still live with such an outlook. Life is not a fairy tale, and you won't always be able to be idealistic. Still, I suppose I can't stop you from aiming for the sort of life you want. You only live once after all. I'm not gonna mention that. I'll let that go. By the way, how are Camosa's daughters? Are you getting along? They're not bad, I guess. Well, I assume that you can imagine how Camosa's daughters would be. They keep me at an arm's length. They are troubled, confused, hurt, and they often hide behind cruelty or But underneath all that, they're just normal girls. I think as they mature, our relationship will get better. I hope that with time, they'll be able to free themselves from Camosa's toxic influence. But for now, it's still very difficult to live with them. It seems that things are difficult for you. You're not happy with your life these days, aren't you? You could say that. And what are you doing? What do you mean? If you don't like your life, then you have to be the one to change it. Otherwise, anything you say is just whining. I definitely want to change my life to change. Then what's your plan? I guess I have to learn more. I don't really have a plan yet. Why not? Are you expecting things to work themselves out? Of course not. It's just that I don't know enough to form a real plan. I don't want to act brashly. I get the feeling that there's a lot more going on that I don't know about. Camosa's acting strangely. If I could figure out what she's up to, maybe I could use that to my advantage. I'm also wondering if I could find a way to reclaim this state from her somehow. I'm my father's only daughter after all. There's almost always a way to bend the law to your will. It might not be very kind, though. Anyway, it doesn't seem like you have a very clear idea what you want yet. You promised your mother that I'd help you, and I will, but you yourself need to know what you want first. Come see me once you're ready to move forward, and we'll talk about your options. Did you really promise my mother you'd help me? Of course I did, girl. I've no reason to lie about that. You must get going now, though. Wait, I still have so many questions. I have a lot of work to do. I'm afraid I can't afford any disturbances. I'm sure we'll have another chance to talk. I'll do my best to answer your questions then. You remind me so much of your mother, and I'm sure you'll be just fine. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care, girl. I must admit, I don't know what to think about Madame Guedet after we talked. I can't tell when she's being serious or sarcastic. If she's giving me advice or just mocking me, or both. And maybe I'm just not used to acts of selflessness. But I get suspicious when someone outright offers me help with all my problems. Makes me wonder if they don't have some hidden agenda, especially if it's the town witch. Looks like my mother was quite special to make such an interesting acquaintance. A witch! Ha! She seems genuinely interested in helping me, and I can't really be. Can I really be picky here? I won't be forgetting the conversation we had anytime soon, that's for sure. Where should I go now? It's getting late, and I probably only have enough time to stop by one more place. I could go have a little talk with Tobias in his store. I wouldn't mind heading to the inn either. I'm sure it would be fun. So where should I go next? Okay, so now listen. I do actually not know what person I should go for, if I should go for Tobias or the hunter dude. The print is out of the question. Kind of like both Tobias and the hunter dude, but maybe the hunter dude a bit more. The hunter dude, why am I calling that? Perrault, that's his name. The hunter dude. I think if I go to the inn, that's safe, just to be sure. Let's go to the inn and meet the hunter dude. He must be there. Yeah. Then in it is then. This place looks full of life, although to be fair, it's a little bit shady too. I hear that this inn attracts some of the less honest people in town, but it's always at least it's exciting. People here know how to have fun. It's nothing like a stiff and proper place I'm forced to call home. Camosa and her daughters are all too proud to do anything fun. Oh, is that the captain of the guards ringing alone in the corner? I thought so. I wonder if he'd let me sit with him, or if I should approach him in the first place. I'm already spending time at the tavern instead of going back home. Might as well just take the plunge. Oh, hello. Hello. Do you mind if I sit here? There are plenty of fruit tables here, but it seems you've already made your mind. Thank you, I just wanted to chat with you if that's okay. Are you really the captain of the Princess Guard? I am. The king appointed me to this position himself. Ever since his death 2 years ago, I've served the prince. And how's the prince doing? What's it like to serve under him? Do you like it? He's the prince, my ruler and league. That's all that matters to me. Oh, I see. Oh, I saw you rescue that kidnapped child the other morning. That was really impressive. It was simply my duty, I suppose. And I think... Okay, this is a bit tricky because I don't know how it works in this game. I don't know if this is the... I don't know this guy that much. I don't know if this is the kind of guy who is like really angry over a negative choice, or if he's like, I'm gonna save again. I'm so much gonna save again. Let's try both options. Let's try the happy one first, and then maybe he will like the other one better. He was so brave to fight them. He was so brave to fight all those bandits. There's nothing impressive about fighting 3 terrified ruffians who can do little more than hide behind a child. And there certainly is no honor in killing them. Yeah, I thought so. We're gonna take the other one. He can take the negative choice. I like that kind of person. Did you really have to kill them? Was it really necessary for you to kill them? Sure, you could have let them live. It was not my choice. They chose the path when they put an innocent life at risk. I'm sure those bandits were just desperate and not thinking clearly. It's cruel to take someone's life just because of a poor decision. That's a fair argument, but what would you have me do? Would you rather risk the life of the child who did nothing wrong? Or better yet, should I leave the fate of those bandits to the child and the crowd? What if they tried to break in and the bandits killed the boy? Or maybe the crowd would have burned down the house and everyone would have died slowly. At least by my sword, those men were given a swift death. It's my duty to uphold the peace. That is what I did. Your words may be correct, but your way of thinking is flawed. You hide behind your duty, but it's still your choice to spare a life or take it. Can you really sleep with such a flimsy excuse as duty? You have an interesting way of thinking. It's nothing I've considered before. You're an interesting girl. May I know your name? Ooh! Yeah! Good choice. Ba 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 ba. Yeah! Sorry. I'm called Cinders. An odd choice. My name is Perrault. My father used to call me that because of my hair. Now it's stuck, though. In the mouths of my sisters it sounds like an insult. I see. Then I wish you well, Cinders. Oh, that is badass! Oh, that went well! I was so scared. I don't know if I'm that good at this game. I don't know what choice is good or what choice is bad, but that went well. I know it did. The sun is already setting. I spent the whole day in the town, and what a day it was. I guess time really flies when you're having interesting chats with people you normally have no chance to talk to. Oh, how I wish life was a fairy tale and I can do that every day. And yet, life is what it is, and I've never been able to stay in town past sunset. When I was a child, I had to head back to the residence for safety. And then Camosa entered the picture and took over. But even without her, I would have been a bit detached from the town's life. I might dress and work like every other girl here, but I still live in a mansion quite some distance from town. I've no real friends here except Tobias. I hear no news, no gossip. I really don't know what their life is about. Sure, my own life is safer and probably more luxurious. But I wonder what it would be like to live here, be a normal town girl, wake up to the sounds of life and excitement on the street. Get out of bed knowing a myriad of things await me when I walk out of the door. That life goes fast by and adventure might begin around each corner. Then again, if some town girl looked out of the window and saw me, what would she think? She'd probably remember her own boring chores and the constant danger of her wash flung from high windows to the street. She would envy me. I need to stop daydreaming. I have to end. I'm still here. Ah, stop.